How do you prevent burnout in high growth companies? Well, there's a really important distinction that I talk about in my regenerative resilience program, which is the distinction between something that I call force finish versus let it breathe when you're thinking about how you execute on a program or an initiative over short, medium, and then longer term. And so the force finish model is like old school corporate. So this is certainly where I grew up, where you're working like 80, 100, 120 hours a week. And no matter what, you're going to push it through. And even if people land in the hospital and even if people are overwhelmingly exhausted, then this is what you do. That is a fast way to get people to quit, to lead to burnout, lack of engagement, all of those things. What you want to do is shift over to a preemptive style of planning when you're moving through fast growth that I call let it breathe. And when I say let it breathe, what I really mean is leaning into, I don't know if you remember in the pandemic, so D Nice, the DJ, who ran Club Quarantine, he would run these amazing live sessions on Instagram. Sometimes they were an hour or two, but sometimes they would go 7, 8, 9 hours overnight. And when he would be spinning records that people, like hundreds of thousands of people around the world, would be listening to, there's always a point in the DJ set where he steps away from the music and he goes, let it breathe. Which is the moment in which you need to stop pushing, stop doing the things, and you simply let the thing unfold. So the analogous piece in the corporate space is, instead of pushing everybody until they burn out, what you do is say, okay, we can see that there's going to be increased peaks of activity at this moment, at that juncture, and we can have a conversation about how to create a heat map for that so you know when those are coming. But then you ensure that you're preemptively planning extra resources, extra people, extra space for breathing so that nobody burns out, everybody feels supported, and that your company continues to grow. Strategy is let it breathe. How are you moving through times of big growth in your world?